After a very brief playtest that has just concluded with the infantry, it has zero doubts in my mind that we will see this in the summer update added as an actual feature. That is obviously, yet to be decided, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about infantry and tank warfare. If you guys were not too familiar with the CBT testing that this had, we had for the United States the M1A2 SEP V2, the LAVAD, and then the AH-64. And then for the Russians, they had the Mi-28, the T-90M, and the 2S6. Now, I will say, I actually was very happy with the warfare on both sides. I didn't feel like tanks were actually broken at all. I felt like they were very easily counterable by infantry, very easily counterable by other tanks. It didn't feel like I had always, a lot of people have talked about tanks being too broken, that they would be able to just mop the floor with infantry, which when we very first saw Infantry in War Thunder, which was the McXer back in, I think it was, 2023, 2022? It was a very long time ago. That was the case. Tanks were very broken in that event. And in this, it just doesn't feel that way. It felt very balanced. Now, I will say, and I will conclude that that is based on the map. I think that the map we have, the map that we've had tested now, it very much favors infantry. It favors infantry from above, it favors infantry, they can get up on high buildings. It's very hard to do anything in close quarters like that with an Abrams or with the T-90. Now, I think when we actually see the game mode permanently, I would love to see the addition of armored personnel carriers like the Bradley, APCs like the BTR 82, the BMP, things like that. That'll make this way better. I think those serve a much more crucial role than what, the Abrams or the T-90 can surface in the game modes like this. And we kind of saw that with the LAVAD and the 2S6. These were very good at anti-personnel. They did a great job. Now, I will say, obviously, we have a lot of FPV drones in game modes like this, so those are still going to be, and always, be a major threat to tanks and to armored personnel carriers and things like that. I will note, I didn't feel like they were as big as a threat in this game mode than they were in this testing than they were last testing. I also want to note that helicopters, they did not really play that big of a role in this game mode. Obviously, let me know down below if you had a separate take on this. Helicopters just kind of feel like an existing thing. I never, ever, unless I'm flying a helicopter, feel like helicopters change the outcome of the battle at all. And I think the big point for that, big reason for that, one is obviously the maps. It's very hard to actually engage any sort of infantry with a Hellfire, and if you get anywhere near for a rocket run or a gun strafing run, you're going to get shot down by the 2S6 sitting in the corner, or the LAVAD sitting behind a building, or shot down by a manpat. I think we're going to see multiple different maps for infantry, and so I would fully expect for us to see some sort of desert map, maybe a Iraq-style map, and that will heavily start to favor tanks, armored personnel carriers, helicopters. And we also, like I said in a previous video, we still have not seen any sort of testing with fixed-wing aircraft. We don't know how an A-10 or a Frog 4 or a Flanker or an F-16 are going to perform in a game mode like this. There are still a lot of questions with infantry. I feel like this game mode really kind of got the last big major ones for, actual infantry and the server testing. So I do think we are going to see this update in June. And during the summer update. Maybe after that, but it's coming this year. I have no doubt that it's coming this year. I think, right now, with the lineup that they had, which was the LAVAD, the SEP V2, those were okay. I guess the T-90M and the 2S6, I'm still kind of curious to see if Geiger's going to do this thing where to play the game mode is going to be set vehicles, like, hey, infantry game mode, you can only have blah 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 vehicles, or it's going to let you bring whatever you want. And we'll have to wait and see, and obviously have to wait and see what they end up doing for armored personnel carriers, how they decide they're going to do that, if they're going to give you the ability to carry troops in Bradleys, and then are we going to see helicopters being able to carry in troops, flying in Blackhawks, Blackhawks, a fast rope mission. There's a lot of options with infantry. There's so many different things. We could talk for 50 minutes about additions to the game, but I think right now, I did not think that tanks were too broken. I did not think that helicopters were broken at all. I felt like the gameplay was balanced. It very much favors the map, very much favors how you play the vehicles, it very much feels like it's a balanceable thing that a lot of people really said that they didn't think it was going to be able to be balanced, and it's very much been balanced. Anyways, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this infantry testing. If you guys did not do the testing, do let me know what you want to see before this comes to the actual live server. It kind of felt very fast. This really, to me, like they said, was going to mostly be a server-based thing. They wanted to test the servers on a larger scale, test the servers and how they handled, because they had issues with it in the last testing. And so that for me is kind of like a, hey, we are ready to push this out. We are wrapping up the last bit of things. Obviously, we've had the same exact weapons in both testings now, so it kind of begs me to question, are we going to see different eras of this? We're going to see World War II, we're going to see Vietnam, we're going to see Cold War, we're going to see late Cold War, we're going to see early 2000s, late 2000s. There are a lot of options, there are a lot of things. We're going to be making a couple more videos with infantry probably the next month or so. So let me know what you guys want to see talked about. Please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.